started.
Today, we're reading from Paratapasima Rasaraj Shri Shri Gauranga. Chapter 3. Why is Nadi Nagari Bhav controversial? Although Sri Caitanya Mahaprabhu is none other than Swayam Bhagavan, Brajabihari Sri Krishna, the source of all avatars, he also comes in the role of a Juga avatar to promote the Dharma for this age. Hence, his purpose is basically twofold. As Rasika Shekhar, Sri Gaurasundar relishes Prem Ras with his intimate associates, who are his eternal Swarup Shakti counterparts. On the other hand, he promotes religion in the mood of a bhakta. This function is carried out automatically by Vishnu on the Lord's wish. We have already discussed this topic in the first volume of this work. Why did Chaitanya Mahaprabhu come and what did he come to give? So side by side in Gauranga's Leela, we have two opposing traits of the Lord. One, his eternal Rasik Shekhar personality, and two, his secondary role as an ideal religious teacher. Nevertheless, the Lord himself admits, Se Ras Aswaditi Ami Koilo Avatar, Prem Ras Aswadilo Vivida Prikar. In this avatar, I specifically came to relish Ras. Thus, I am going to taste all of Prem's various flavors. Caitanya Charitamrita Adi 4, verse 223. And concerning his Madhura Leela of Navadvip, the Lord continues, Vaikuntha Adde Nahi Jai Sab Leelar Prachar, he misspelled it, Prachar, Se Leela Koribo Jate Mor Chamatkar, Mo Bishoyate Gopiganer Upapati Bhave, Jogamaya Koribek Apana Prabhave, Ami na Jani Taha na Jani Gopigan, Dohar Rupa Gune Dohar Nitya Harimon, Dharmachari Ragi Dohe Korai Milan, Kabu Mile Kabuna Mili Daiver Gatan, Esab Ros Nirjas Koribo Asad, E Dware Koribo Sarva Bhaktir Prasad. Translation. I will perform such leelas I will perform such leelas as have never happened even in Vaikuntha. Leelas which even cause me amazement. Concerning the gopis who consider me their paramour, Jogamaya will make all the arrangements. For I don't know how it happens, and neither do the gopis, yet our forms and qualities constantly steal each other's minds. Thus, giving up the principles of Dharma, our anurag brings us together. However, by the will of providence, we sometimes meet and are sometimes separated. By relishing such mellows, I shall give my mercy to the devotees. Caitanya Charitamrita Adi 4. When Krishna says that such pastimes cannot exist in Vaikuntha, he is referring to his Vrindavan Parakiya Ras. He becomes very eager to retaste these mellows as Gauranga. And by so doing, he bestows mercy to his devotees. To confirm this, Krishnadas Kavirajas quotes Srila Rupa Goswami's Stavamala verse. Aparam kasyapi pranai jana brindasya kutuki rasastamam ritva madhuram upabhoktum kamapi ja ruchim swam avarare dutim ihatat iyam prakatayam sa devas chaitanya akritir oti taram na kripayatu. May Sri Chaitanya Dev bestow his limitless mercy upon us. In sporting curiosity, he enjoys plundering the indescribable wealth of Madhura Prem from his loving devotees. Thus their golden bodily effulgences have covered his shamal bodily hue. This verse carries a deep purport. The Pranay Jan lovers referred to here are the Brajagopis, who have advented as Gadadhar, Narahari, Basu Ghosh, Swarup Damodar, and Rai Ramananda, etc. Krishna stole the gopis' duel of youth when he enjoyed his bilas pastimes with them. But this time their golden effulgence hides Krishna's sham hue. In other words, Krishna's loving affairs become hidden in Gaur Avatar. Thus, Gauranga is called a Prachanna avatar, a secret Nagor by the Rasik Bhaktas. Bringing the discussion back to the chapter's theme, we now find two very opposing traits in Chaitanya Dev that would certainly arouse scrutiny or make him an object of controversy in the eyes of the general public. One, his nature to be the Upabhogi, as Rupa states in this verse. Upabhogi means the enjoyer of Madhur Ras. And two, his role as the Juga avatar to promote religion in the dress of a sadhu. For Chaitanya Mahaprabhu even accepted sannyas to carry out his preaching mission. So, in order to save Gauranga's face from the slander of the ignorant masses, and from those who have no discernment for understanding the deep purports behind the Lord's loving exchanges with his Swarup Shakti counterparts, Veda Vyas Avatar Sri Vrindavan Das Thakur offers the following protective curtain in Chaitanya Bhagavat. Vrindavan Das Thakur's warning. This is the verse everyone quotes to say that Gauranga can never be a Nagor, and that such thoughts of the devotees are incorrect, that it's not proper to see Gauranga as a Nagor or to worship him as a Nagor. Nagor means a romantic, like Sri Krishna. Sri Krishna sports with many gopis, and amongst them Radha is the topmost. And he performs Ras Leela and other Nikunja Leelas with the gopis. And thus he is described as being a Nagor. Like Bhaktivinoda Thakur says in his song, Brajabora Nagora, that he addresses him as a great Nagor, as being like a flirtatious romantic who is sporting with all the gopis and enjoying loving pastimes with them. So, in these verses here, Vrindavan Das Thakur is presenting a warning on this subject matter concerning Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. So let's follow those verses. E moto chapalla koren sabasane, sabistri matra na deke drishtikone. Stri heno nam prabhu e avatare, shravane no na korilo bidito samsare. Atev jato maha mahima shakale, Gauranga Nagor henostab nahi bole. Jadyapi shakal stab sambhave tahane, tatapi ha swabhave se gai buddha jane. Henomata Sri Mukunda Sanjoy Mandire, Vidyarase Sri Vaikuntha Nayak Bihari. Translation. In this way, Gauranga acted playfully with all, yet he never glanced upon the women. For everyone knows that in this avatar, Mahaprabhu would not even hear the name of a woman. Therefore, great souls never offer glorification to Gauranga as a Nagor. Although all such praises are possible with him, still the wise do not offer such praises, for this is their nature. Thus, Sri Vaikuntha's Nayak enjoys his studies in the home of Mukunda and Sanjoy. This is the Adi Lila, chapter 13 of the Chaitanya Bhagavat. Let us begin our purport. After studying carefully the Chaitanya Shastras, and especially after becoming acquainted with Vaishnava Padavali, Vrindavan Das's statement here might appear surprising, for there are hundreds of examples from many Gaur Parshads, eternal associates of Gauranga, and other reputed Gaudiya Mahajans, revealing that Gauranga does indeed glance stealthily upon the Nadia Nagaris. What to speak of having elaborate affairs with them? For example, in this essay we're quoting Murari Gupta in his Padavali, where he addresses Mahaprabhu as a Nagar, and he's talking about his romantic relationship with Gauranga. And then Narahari Sarkar has contributed with a vast stock of Padavali which describes Gauranga in this way. And Vasudev Ghosh, he also follows suit with many, many pods describing Mahaprabhu's Nagar pastimes. And then Lochan Das Thakur, then Govinda Das, and many, many others have addressed Mahaprabhu in this way. So it's people might find it surprising. Why does Vrindavan Das present such a statement in his Caitanya Bhagavat, which says that Mahaprabhu never glanced upon the women, and that one should never address him as a Nagar? Even though this is the only Shastric example where such a prohibition appears, and although Sri Vrindavan Das is the only Mahajan who has made such a statement, his purpose is nevertheless justified. For he is bent on protecting Sri Gaursundar's Parakiya Ras from scandal, just as Sri Jiva Goswami endeavored to protect Sri Krishna's Parakiya Ras. For example, the Rasik Bhaktas all know that Krishna's Madhur Braja Leela is not Swakiya. But still, Sri Jiva introduced the doctrine that Krishna is eternally married with the gopis in order to delude the atheists, blasphemers, who vilify Krishna's Parakiya activities out of ignorance of the Lord's supreme position. Yes, that's an important point. That Jiva Goswami, in order to delude the atheists who criticize Krishna as a debauch, he introduced Siddhanta that they are eternally married. Radharani is actually married to Krishna, and so are the gopis. In fact, this is true, because they are his internal potency, and so they are eternally interrelated. So this Parakiya Ras is actually Swakiya Ras, in one sense. And he presented this philosophy to delude the people who blaspheme Krishna, to protect them. And also perhaps to dissuade beginning bhaktas who might become confused about Krishna's supreme omnipotency. And similarly, in this, we're using this example here because Vrindavan Das Thakur is using a similar covering to protect Mahaprabhu's Rasik affairs from those who would misunderstand his activities.